Hello. Camera button. I thought Mel got newer plants recently. I did. I got a Monstera and a prayer plant last week. I thought about like showing them on stream this morning, but there was a lot going on. Did you have this tab open from earlier? Circle Now Squared said, hope your dermatology appointment went well. It did. They do a skin check and make sure I don't have melanoma. They decided that I was probably fine right now and they didn't take anything. So I got to leave. Get the salts made? I did. There's actually a photo of them in the art queue. I did freeze in the appointment because the room was super cold. Alright, I'm gonna read alerts. Do I have salt on me? No, it's just fuzz. I just finished the salts. Like, I wanted to empty and fill a dishwasher and I didn't get there. So I was like, Steven, could you do it? Did they comment on your new perfume? No. But they walked in and they were like, oh, it's cold in here. Do you want the heater on? And I was like, yeah. Been sitting here for like 15 minutes. All right. Salt. We have a subscription from Dark Twisty Gay. Welcome. 32 months from Fred Burger. 33 from Midi Knight. And 33 from Dragon Girl. Thank you all for the resubs. Sorry, this song is just really good. Alright, here's the salt. And the sugars. So the sugars are on the left and the 3 salts are on the right. We have basil, rosemary, and ancho and lime salt. So Steven wrote out the labels for me because he has nicer handwriting. And I'm going to buy a couple kitchen towels to pack in there with them in that basket so they don't like rattle around and fall over. And then I gotta wrap the whole thing somehow. Handwriting boy. But I'm happy about it. I need to get some... I have to get another pack of basil because I didn't have enough basil to do a 3rd jar of the basil. So I gotta do that one. But I really only needed 1 basket together this week. The other 2, I don't particularly have a plan for. I have like ideas I could do with them. Who could get them? You were a teacher, shouldn't you have nicer handwriting? No. I don't particularly like to write. It cramps up my hand and I struggle to do it. I don't know why, but I cannot write very long, which meant that I never really practiced my handwriting much, and I just kind of scrawl, like as long as most of the letters seem there, I think it's fine. I'm not going to call anyone out, but there are some people I know with really good handwriting, and there are some people I know with really bad handwriting. Also, I have a cookie. And mine is in the really bad category, which is why Steven wrote those for me. Alright, we also have a 7-month resub from Space Cat Zero and 33 months from Gold Mage. And we are going back into Ghost Trick. Yes, these are the same. What did we do last time? We saw Missile, and we got a new power-up because of Missile. 10 years ago, a man named Sissel took a little girl named Lynn hostage, and then was killed by a meteorite fragment. Tonight, a man named Sissel met a detective named Lynn at a junkyard on the edge of town, and then was killed by a bullet. But the scene I find waiting for me in the other end of the phone line feels like the final nail in the coffin of my lost memory. I see myself. Hey, me. Oh yeah, Sissel is both dead 10 years ago and dead tonight. Yeah, that's kind of what it's saying, Zelda Master, but then there's this one who is not dead. Oh, there you are, Commander Sith, finally. Sissel, where have you been, my good man? We've been looking everywhere for you. Had a little unfinished business to take care of, didn't think it would take this long. What about your people? They sure went out of their way to mess me up. I say, I believe we fulfilled every one of your conditions in our little deal. Identical triplets. Maybe. Oops, all Sissel. What right do you have to complain about anything outside of our bargain? We can talk about that when we get together. This will be our last communication by telephone. We'll arrive in 1 hour. I look forward to seeing you, Sissel. We have Sissel dead, Sissel not dead, and make up your damn mind, Sissel. Dawn is approaching. The darkness surrounding my own mystery is deep, but I know it's always darkest before the dawn. What other cliche sentences can we say? I want to eat this other cookie. Yes, we're nearing the final stages of our good deal, my good man. Yes, sir, all preparations are complete, sir. We just had the report, sir. Lights have been spotted, sir. Have they now? By all means, let me have a look. Yes, we're very close. We will now disconnect from the communication cable and have no service until we arrive, sir. Very well. Grapes. Those are some endless grapes. Nice try, Inspector Cabanella. But you could never stop me. See ya, sucker. So, that submarine guy and his people have a deal going on with me, do they? If that's the case, they probably aren't the ones who killed me, right? Anyway, there's definitely something behind the inspector's death. I think I better talk to him. Okay, I can talk to him. What else can I do? Swivel a lamp around, turn on a lamp, move the helmet, examine a book, open the spout, move, motor. Okay, we are here. Down there is like that room that was like the locked murder. Did it again. Hey, do you think you could wake up for me? Oh boy, still unconscious, eh? Guess he hasn't been dead for very long then. Just go ahead and go back 4 minutes before his death. It's a rite of passage hitting the wrong button multiple times. Yeah. I'm a little nervous about what I might see there, though. But if that's where I'm gonna find my answers, I can't run away from it. Sorry, I ate the Hershey Kiss off that. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call. That's a good boy. Gee, a hostage sure is a handy thing. It gives me complete control over the top police inspector in the country. What's the matter? All those broken bones smart a bit? What's it like to feel pain? Does it make you feel alive? Why are you doing this? Now, is that any kind of question for a top inspector to ask? Isn't it obvious? Revenge, of course. Revenge on all the people who stole my life away 10 years ago. Don't be ridiculous. It was a meteorite that stole your life, or have you forgotten that? Wrong. I was murdered by all of you. How are you alive then? Detective Jowd, who chased me down and forced me into a corner even though I was innocent. Lynn, that girl who was right there when I was running. Lynn, she was just an innocent little girl playing in the park. If that brat hadn't been there, I never would have thought of taking a hostage. That's the most self-centered garbage I've ever heard. And finally you, Inspector Cabanela. Me? If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. Oh my god, this guy. You were so proud of your spotless record, and my case was the one blot on it, wasn't it? Only two people know the real truth, me and Detective Jowd. I bet tonight's execution will be quite a relief to you, won't it? One of the people who know about the stain on your record will disappear for good. That's why you didn't help him escape from prison. That's the kind of guy you are. This is everyone's fault but mine. I got nothing to say to you. You'd never listen anyway. Ow! Ye gods. Now then, Inspector. Time to make a big red stain on your spotless white coat. This was another condition of my deal. To wipe out everybody who knew about Temsk. It must be magnets. Revenge? That's what I'm up to? None of this makes any sense. Hey man, mind telling me what's going on? Inspector Cabanela, he's awake. My head is spinning, baby. Am I to understand that Cabanela character who just got shot is me? Oh, that's right. You're supposed to be the scoundrel there who just shot me? I guess so. But you couldn't be, could you? Huh? After all, the guy in the red suit just walked out the door, right? So, who are you? I guess I just have to face it. I'm not that Cecil guy. I'm somebody who's searching for himself. That's why I'm here to save you. At the very least, you have information about that guy in red. Information I need. So you came on a rescue mission now, did you? Nothing like this. Nothing like the sound of that, baby, because there's a very important life here somewhere, a life valuable to this nation. Okay, so do your thing, baby. 10 Tech Capsule says, well, I guess he finally had to die. Now he can be part of our secret ghost conversations. Trick time. Alright, I have an X and a Y. So you're a manipulator, too. I have ghost tricks. Powers of the dead, yeah, but I can't control living creatures. Anywho, I think you'd better be very careful. That guy in red is a manipulator. Naturally, he knows about powers like yours. If he realizes you're here, things might get a little sticky. You're right, I better be careful. This is what he said before. So, oh, look at him. There's that something emanating from his body. Is it really a sign of having special powers of the dead? We can leave, we can turn on a lamp, we can swivel it. I can't get down there yet. So, what do I want to do? Let's go examine this book. Top of this bookshelf is lined with books. This one on top is balanced so precariously, it's a wonder it doesn't fall off. How did this old pigeon guy even reach up here? And I wonder if he makes a pigeon fetch it for him. Closed spout lid. What's going on? I've never seen the ghost world like this. So you're here, are you? He sensed my presence. I noticed you. You think you can stop me, do you? I don't know why you're wearing my face, but you might as well give up now. I control everything. Everything including the life of this police inspector in white. Wait, don't shoot. This other me knows of the powers of the dead well. Who wouldn't notice what you just did? You were practically shouting, "Look at me, baby." Looks like it might be hard to save you under these circumstances. I guess I can't use my powers right in front of him like that. I guess I better rewind the clock again and see if I can pick up any other clues. Alright, well before I do that, I'm gonna finish this cookie. Note to self, don't trick in front of the bad guy who also ghost tricks. I'm gonna have a little bit of juice. Alright, let's try this again. So I was able to close the teapot kettle without anything happening. But rocking this didn't work. What kind of cookie and juice did you have? I have grapefruit juice, and those were cherry blossom cookies. They were maraschino cherry shortbread cookies with a Hershey Kiss in them. They're very good. So I did that. I think I'm going to wait here until he spins it. He notices big things, not small things. Well, there's not much I can do right now. Because, like, I can't quite reach down there. This he noticed. This is just like, look at this book. It's up here, huh? I closed that already. I can leave. I can turn on this lamp, which I think he would notice. That's pretty noticeable. So my thought is wait here until he spins it and spin it back. Or maybe I can cancel it out? Those are my thoughts. Or like maybe I can open this. That didn't do anything. This brings me down here. Look at this place. Oh, it got really destroyed. What in the world happened here? I think I'm starting to remember. Something bad happened here. And now there's another death lying hidden here. What? Another death? Didn't I tell you from the start? Didn't I say there was a very important life valuable to the nation here? I thought you were talking about you. I'm just a crazy character in a white coat, baby. Is the pigeon guy in there? He has to be, right? Hey, come to think of it, where is that old pigeon guy? Examine, open. Balance toy, open. Suppose we should just start this. Excuse me? Dead guy? Are you awake? Of course. I never sleep during work hours. Professor, do you recognize me? There's only one crazy character in a white coat that I know of. He hasn't lost his memory. I'm not the type who likes losing things. Did the pigeon die too? But never mind that. Cabanela, this is quite a surprising guest you've brought with you. Pretending like he didn't just blow up the place. Are you talking about me? Oh, this is a different guy, and I'm his guest, actually. Said he came to rescue us. Unlike you, my sharp friend, he still hasn't gotten his memory back. Ugh, pitiful. Ouch, that hurts. Anyway, now we'll be going back to 4 minutes before your death. In order to change your fate, that is. But aren't we already in the past, man? But we can go back even further. I've done it before. I still don't see a path to saving Inspector Cabanela. But if we go back further, maybe I'll find a lead. We can go even faster. We have a 19-month resub from Private Butter for Christ. Thank you. Alright. How many times do I have to tell you, Professor? This place is dangerous. Don't be daft. I can't leave now. He's completely dead, but just as I thought, I'm getting a reading. This is the source of his powers. If I remove it... He's not dead, he's just not there. The true form of the manipulator isn't something you can detect, it's a spirit. Ridiculous. Hehehe. So you figured it all out, huh? You're a clever man, Inspector Cabanela. So it's really true, I wasted a lot of time tonight because of you, Inspector. But it's all just like you said. I died 10 years ago. This body is just a vessel, a shell. I control everything. This shell, people, just like I controlled the Justice Minister and Lynn. So it's true, you were manipulating my baby that time. You made her shoot your shell. But why? Why would you do a thing like that? To create conclusive evidence, you know, on that security tape, now she's a murderer too. She'll suffer just like Jowd did. Now then, Professor. I'm afraid it's time for you to die. I don't have any grudge against you. I'm even grateful to you. Oh yeah? So why don't you let me live then? I'll be leaving this country forever tonight, but before I do, I need to erase all evidence that these powers of mine exist. Along with the contraption in this room. This time, the thing will work the way it was meant to, and it'll all be over. Cupid won't turn this time. He'll shoot his little arrow this way. Professor, look out. Dynamite, eh? When the devil did he put that there? He planned it all out tonight, having my baby shoot him, having his corpse disappear. His corpse disappeared? That medical examiner, remember him? He was a complete and utter imposter. He said he was going to take the corpse back to the lab, but he already made a deal with the manipulator to meet him and give him the body back. But I wasn't going to let that happen, baby. You saw through their plan, eh? I noticed right away the medical examiner didn't know the first thing about examining a body. I knew he was a fake, so I tracked him down and bought him off. Bought him off? I had him smuggle the corpse to this room. I thought we could find the source of his powers. Of course, never in my wildest dreams did I think his abilities were powers of the dead. Anyway, there isn't much time. He's leaving the country before dawn. And I'm going to follow him, of course, after I save you two. But something's been nagging at the back of my mind. I remember what Ray said to me tonight. He said that spirits cease to exist when the day breaks. But if that's true, how could a spirit from 10 years ago still be here? No time for thinking now, baby. Action is the name of the game. Work your magic and take us back, even further into the past. Alright, so... I can't move far. I can open this door. I can't reach that. What in the world is this thing? This device has a meteorite data entered onto it. If it detects Tempsk radiation, it responds. Got that, kid? Isn't it a lovely thing? I guess sometimes it's important not to think about things too much. What a sorry pair. Tempsk. Alright, man. Jump in there and stop that explosion, would you? Easy enough for you to say. Foolish of you to say, too. If you stop the explosion, he'll just do me in some other way. Fair enough, then jump in there and take care of that man in red, would you? I repeat, easy enough for you to say. And most likely impossible to boot. That huge explosion didn't even make him bat an eye. Well, what do you propose then, Professor? Pray tell. Your best bet is to save me during the explosion without him noticing. Easy enough for you to say? Shh, what's with all these people? Anywho, jump in there and do something. So, my guess, if that's the case, is just open this trapdoor, like, right in the minute. Because I can get up here. And I could take a little trip over this way. All I can do is examine this. Well, what do you think you're doing? I just thought I'd try it out. If you do, you're going to set the contraption in motion. Oh yeah. I just thought. He thought he'd blow me up is what he thought. Oops, that was my bad, but there aren't a whole lot of things I can use my tricks on in this room. So yeah, I think I just need to wait here. I'm curious, because right now, he's just like blue smoke stuff. When he like awakes, does he change? No. We have 100 bits from Fire Goddess, thank you. As you perhaps have already noticed, time is running out, baby. Yeah, no perhaps about it, I know. But you know, there aren't a whole lot of things I can use my ghost tricks on in here. Looks like it's all over. Unless I can find another path, I'm sort of at a deadlock here. Sissel. Hey, I know that voice. Help me. Where are you? Find me. Before I'm carried away. Hmm? What's with that frail-sounding call for help? He's here somewhere. A friend of yours? Yep, a little guy that looks a little fragile but has a strength that surprise you. Well, he's asking for you to find him. And before he's carried away, no less. But I'm almost out of time. Should I look for him? Where is he? Is he in down there? I can't quite reach that. So like... And like, my thought was to open this door at the last minute. Because I can't get to that. And I can't get anywhere else. I can't open it. Oh, cool! Could the fact that the professor is standing on it have anything to do with it? I may look small, but I'm pretty heavy set. He sounds so proud of that fact, too. This door. Such a pity. Too bad it doesn't open downward. Sometimes life can be so hard, wouldn't you agree, Professor? Yeah, that's why we're both dead. A door that opens downward, eh? Well, if that opens downward... I still can't get over there. All I can do is examine this, do nothing this, and examine that. If I can stop this toy from spinning, I can halt the contraption, but that won't really solve anything. There's a smart boy. If you stop the explosion, he'll just find me another way. Give away the fact that you're here too. So I have to rescue you without stopping the explosion. Is that even possible? That's what has to be done. Deal with it. Because I can't reach anything there. And I can't open that. So I'm kind of stuck here. Sissel. There he is again. Farewell. Sounds like your little pal was carried away. Where was he? Maybe you should have tried to find him somehow. Maybe you should have looked around, you know, from corner to corner, baby. Now what? Maybe I should start over? Yeah, I know. I hit it again. Guess we gotta look around. We have a 30-month resub from Jacebook. Thank you, Jacebook. Welcome in. Look how cute they are. So I'm here. I can't really do much except open this the second he stands off of it for a second. Yeah, okay, so he's on it, so that doesn't work either. Okay, can you stand off of it for a second, other Sissel? No. No, I don't want that. All right. There he is. Sissel, here I am. Oh, hey, it's Missile. Yay, Missile. What are you doing there? Do you really have to ask? Seriously, are you really going there? No, that's okay. Never mind. Anyway, I need your powers. Will you help me out? Of course. Here, let me come join you. Okay, here I am, Sissel. Now maybe things will flow in a new direction, even though the flow of the sewer is a little bit stinky. Alright, so I need to be Missile. Let's talk first. Do you remember how to use my powers? Yeah, it's the opposite button of mine, so it's L and ZR. Yeah, you can swap things that have the same shape, right? Well, to be precise, I can swap things that look like they have the same shape. What's the difference? As I was being carried by the wind and falling into the river, I realized something. If you look at things from different angles, it looks different. You know, that's a pretty good point for a little doggy who came in with the sewage. So my thought then, oh yeah, I can reach so much further. Toy cake, ball, lamp, telephone. Let's see, what else can I reach? Toolbox. Nothing up here that it really wants me to get to. So my thought is the only thing that really spins in this room or moves is like this stuff that he's holding when he moves around, but also the cherub here moves. So because like the toy cake is too far. So those are the things I'm thinking of. Okay, let's stop that explosion. No, we can't do that. Okay, let's take care of that man in red then. No, we can't do that either. We can't do this, we can't do that. What can we do? We let the explosion happen, then we rescue the old pigeon guy without the man in red noticing. And your powers are the key to all of it, Missile. Oh, I don't know about that, but I'll do my best. We're talking about a matter of seconds. We can't miss our chance. So, what I want to do is I want to move Sissel out of there. Oh wait, that's Missile. We want you to be somewhere, I guess. And then we'll move back to Missile. But nothing I have right now can do what I want. So I think I need to rewind now that I have Missile? Or do I wait for it to go boom? Professor, look out. Okay, I do have to rewind now that I have Missile. If I go from the beginning, do I still have Missile? Oh wait, that's not what I wanted. From beginning. No, I do not have Missile. Okay, that's fine. Just wait a second for Missile to come by. All right. There we go. Alright, so now fate changed. We're here again. No. That's what I want. Alright, so things look different when they're different angles. I don't need to talk. But I'm still pretty sure it's the door I need to switch. Because there's nothing else I can reach. So, what I need to do is probably... No. Move you at least there. And then switch you. I don't think I can switch anything. Because, like, nothing is really moving. We have a 7-month resub from Tech Absol and 32 months from Starry Knox. Thank you both. Something to switch? Alright, let's start with starting over from the fate change, because we haven't gotten a chance to do that yet. Okay, so we're still here. We can't open this door. We can look at this again. Can't do much there. And we can look at this again. What in the world is this thing? It has the meteorite data entered onto it. If it detects the radiation, it responds. Got that, kid? Isn't it a lovely thing? I guess sometimes it's important not to think about. I already saw this. This I can't do anything with. I can examine this. We know that won't do anything. And Sissel can't reach anything. And I can't do anything with the door. And I can't reach the tire. So it has to be... ball. I thought I could reach that earlier. Does this need to go... So I can't reach anything down here. Because, like, the ball and the tire... Oh, wait. I can reach this stuff. We have trash can lid. The squeaky guys are making a fuss about something. Sissel, my animal instincts are starting to surface. If you mean you want to chase them, I think you have to be alive to do that. There must be some kind of rat feast in that trash can. Those things make a bigger commotion than that. Bigger commotion, eh? So we have... We can swap this. That lid looks like the lid. Now that's what I'd call some proper commotion. They're making that trash can dance. Truth be told, I feel a bit like dancing now myself. It's getting harder and harder to hold back my wild instincts. What a dangerous bunch. Can't swap them now. Because that's too far right now. There we go. I know what I needed to do right before I did that. Now it's too far. I see. Yeah, I did miss it. Okay. You stay here. And you do this. Yeah, I do know what to do. Okay. Not quite close enough. Swap these. Move myself there. No. No, we don't want to do that. We want to... We want to be there, though. How do I get there? Wait for the lid to stop being round. That's a good point. They're not the same yet. Now they are. No, they're not. There. Now we can swap them. Sorry, little pigeon. As for you, Inspector, I have a little job for you. I can't move. I think I have 4 or 5 broken bones. I don't mind. It won't prevent me from manipulating you. It might make it hurt a little bit when I move you, though. Quite a bit, actually. Damn you. I can't believe it. You lot actually pulled it off. Sorry, Inspector Cabanel, I couldn't do anything to help you. Here I am, a poor broken heap of arms and legs. But no matter, I enjoyed the show. The magic disappearing act, that is, nothing like it, baby. Yeah, except, unlike a normal magic trick, I'm the one that managed to vanish without a trace here. Well, there's one. What's the matter? You look like you'd rather be dead, not that you aren't. I was just remembering the fact that right about now, the real me has given the poor Justice Minister a real fright. That phone call? Yeah, he was pretty upset. Excuse me, mister. You really shouldn't be mean like that. And what's this lively little creature? Oh, this little doggy is the warrior who keeps Camilla safe. Or he would be if he was actually still full of life. Camilla. Gods in heaven, what a terrible thing. That poor little girl taken hostage. It's a cruel twist of fate indeed. Wait just a minute. Miss Camilla is a hostage? Yeah, we're sorry, little warrior. Miss Camilla, a hostage? What's a hostage? Oh, Missile, honey. I gotta tell you guys about the best boy I met last night. I got to see a dog. He was very sweet. Anyway, Inspector Cabanella, it's time to save your life now. But you couldn't get very far when you tried that before, am I right? But this time it's different, right, Sissel? That's right, with us working together, it's a whole different situation. We'll save the Inspector in white, and then we'll go rescue Camilla, okay? Okay, let's hurry up and get through this. Gee, kids, you're making me feel like an afterthought. Alright, let's get started. Inspector Cabanella is upstairs, so our first step is to get up there. Sissel, I'll go up first and wait for you. Okay, bye. Okay, lovey-dove, we need your help. Carry this measuring device upstairs. It has Mr. Ghost in it, so don't drop it. Whee! There you are, Sissel. So I got to meet one of my friend's dogs last night, one of my bike friends, and they have this sweetheart of a pit bull. Oh my god, I love him. He is incredible, and he put his little head on my leg at the table and just looked at me like he loved me, and I touched his... He had a really big head, but I got to pet him. Oh, he was so sweet. He was a sweetheart. And he was like a muscular pit too. Like, just built with a really big head. He was perfect. He just put his head there and looked at me with these huge puppy dog eyes. Alright, back to other best dog, Missile. There you are, Sissel. Sorry for the wait, Missile. 4 minutes from now, the inspector will be killed by a gun. You just jump in there and stop him from firing, would you? Ah, there you go again with that stuff. Besides, it doesn't make any sense. If you stop him from firing, he'll just kill you some other way. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Yep, same situation as mine. Your best bet this time around is to allow him to shoot and then save Cabanela without him noticing. It's even worse than last time. Anywho, just jump in there and do something. Okay, I'm ready to jump in, Sissel. Don't forget, whenever you want to use my powers, just tap ZR. Alright. Things that look similar. Nothing. What can you do? We have photos. We have other hat, which we can't quite reach from here. Oh, I have hiccups now. I have an idea. This, with the spout open, looks a little bit like the telephone. However, I am stuck down here. And I can't do anything. Good to know. So when the kettle falls down, I can leave. But for now, whatever I do has to be Missile. And nothing is saying that it looks similar enough for me to reach. Like this hat and that hat do. But I can't reach one from the other right now. So do I have to wait, maybe, for something to play out? That's my thought. Oh, that is open. The kettle is open, so it doesn't look as much like the phone. Well, now I can be Sissel. Let's talk. So Sissel, could you explain something to me? Exactly how did the man in white die? He got shot with the gun. Gun, huh? I've always wondered about those things. How come people die when they hear that loud bang? Huh? Oh, why do they? I don't remember. Sweet summer child, Sissel. I forgot how guns work. We've seen guns. Recently. In this game. You got shot by a gun. No, Sissel doesn't know how guns work. Yeah, I can understand Missile not knowing, but Sissel? Sissel was like, oh god, how do they work? Oh brother, I hope I never lose my memory. Mr. Whitecoat here died because he got shot with a bullet. Bullet? A little lump of metal. It proves fatal when it gets lodged in his head. Aha, I get it. It's like a little tiny Mino, right? Yeah, something like that, I guess. Different shape, though. In that case, I ought to be able to use my powers on it, well, to save the man in white. Oh, so we need to grab the bullet out of the air and switch it with... Nothing is really that shape. Good news, eh, Whitecoat? Can't anybody here just call me Cabanela? So... we still don't have gun yet. Nothing is particularly bullet-shaped. I mean, maybe the helmet? And Sissel can, like... open spout lid? Whee! No, we don't need to talk. I need Missile to move. And then I need Sissel to go. I can't reach that. Finally you. Me, if you hadn't done what you did... Oh, did you see that? That bad Sissel turned around. Okay. I can't get to the hat right now. Do you have to call him that? But yeah, maybe this is our chance to try some ghost tricks. This is the only time he takes his eyes off me too. If you have something to do, do it now. Time to take the first steps towards saving the inspector. Swivel. Swivel? I'm at the hat. I've got nothing to say to you. You'd never listen anyway. So, I think what I need to do right now is he's going to spin it and grab the gun, and I think the helmet is the only thing I can think of that is bullet-shaped-ish. So I think I need to move Sissel out of the way, or at least somewhere. I can move this again. But I need Missile to be ready to switch this with the bullet, which is what I'm thinking I need to do. Now then, Inspector, time to make a big red stain on your spotless white coat. Yikes, I'm a little scared right now. Why didn't he die? Because he's already dead. He died 10 years ago. I knew full well he wouldn't die if I shot him. Then why did you go through the trouble of shooting him at all? Time's almost up. That's enough chit-chat. Now the situation has changed slightly. These last split seconds are our chance. So I'm ready to hit L. And not ZR. This was another condition. Blah, blah, blah. He's going to shoot. It's too late. Again, I'm going to get shot again? No, wait. Our chance is coming up. The last split second, right? Leave it to me. Would you look at that? The bullet is hanging in midair between the gun and the inspector's forehead. Now's our chance. Here in the bullet. I'm here in the bullet right now. Let's swap this little thing with something else. What? It's our only hope. There's gotta be something here with the same shape and direction as the bullet. Well... yeah. That didn't go well. We tried swapping what we could find, but we just made things worse. How was that worse? Not nice, kids. Not nice at all. You put a dent in my lovely mask. I guess we better look for something softer to swap with. Guess I better rewind the clock. It's the other hat. Okay. So here's some thoughts I have. I need to switch the hats. Missile cannot quite reach this hat to that hat. So what I need to do is I need to have Sissel take this hat and he can drop it on the ground. No. When the guy's turned around. So when that happens... Wait. How does I get that one closer? Sissel needs to be here. So he can move this way to knock that one down? I'm thinking through this. Because that's still far. So the thing that happens first is the kettle goes on the floor. Sissel needs to jump to it and then be ready to knock the helmet down when he has his back turned. And then he needs to be ready to jump into this so he can knock this down so that that comes back this way so Missile has it. But if that's the case, why knock this down? I don't need to switch those because maybe I can get it like to land on him on his back when he's like laid down on the stool. Okay. So I don't need to worry about the hard hat at all. It's just getting Sissel. He can't reach. Sissel, if only you could reach. I hit it again. Because when this swivels, that lets me get there. But there's no way for me to get over to the other hat. And there's nothing soft in this room except the knit hat. I mean, this is kind of shaped like that. So that's my backup, is to try this next go around if I have to. So I think I need to be ready for him to turn his back so I can swivel this. Because now I can do... No, I don't want to talk though. Can you move for me? Thank you. Because I can't get any closer. And that doesn't help Missile any. I mean, the only thing I can do is turn on this lamp. Which I don't think is going to do anything. I could knock this down now. But that just gets it further from the soft one. Execution, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I can't do anything there. No, we don't want to talk. This is how I do it. Bring it back over here. Okay. That's how you do it. We got it. We got there. I mean, yeah, there is. I get it now. I got it. We need to knock the hard hat down and then land the knit hat on it so that it's the right shape. That's what it is. I got it this time. Got it, guys. Shapes. Okay. So, Missile, where are you? Missile's here. Missile doesn't need to do anything until the bullet. And Sissel can't do anything until the kettle. Which is now. No, we don't need to talk. We just need to be here. Wait for him to turn his head. Swivel. Move Missile to the phone. No. Now, we wait for him to get shot so that the step ladder goes right and then left. Okay. Nope, that was the wrong way. I thought it would land right on the stepladder to keep it that shape. I suppose I can just hit this. Okay. So my next thought is make the helmet fall when Evil Sissel spins the lamp. Because it might hit it. Did this not work either? No, I can't do that. Okay. So close and yet so far. That's how I feel. Because it's the knit cap. It has to be the knit cap, so it has to keep the shape. And I can't quite switch them from there because Missile can't reach. Can the helmet fall? Yeah, but it just falls to the left. Okay. I have this book. And the book is sort of similar in shape, but I also have photos. Can I do anything with the photos? No, nothing is square. Nothing becomes square, but this is kind of knit cap shaped. But if I put that up there, what does that do? Worth a shot. Alright, Missile, you go back to here for now. And we'll switch back to Sissel. And then... turn around. Spin that. Now we're gonna wait here for the stepladder. Okay, now I can be stepladder. Move. Move. Yeah, that's book shaped. Move. Book. Swap. Now it's right. I needed somewhere to put it. Okay. Well, would you look at that? Right on the hook. I love knit hats. So warm and most of all soft. Hey, now that I'm looking at it, that hat is the same shape as the helmet you just knocked down. I thought so. Alright. I did like the hard hat hitting him in the face. There we go. I don't think he noticed. Looks like you pulled off another magic disappearing act. And now I say again, I love knit hats, so warm and most of all soft. Did I do all right? You did a fine job, little one. You saved another life. And I'll keep doing it too. Over and over. What I just saw in these 4 minutes gave me all the answers I've been looking for. All of our research these past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? We just had to die. So you two are working together. That's about the size of it, yeah? Who would believe the story about a manipulator? So we pursued it ourselves, just the two of us. I'm quite a crazy character myself, after all. Okay, let's hurry back to our time. We have to rescue Miss Camilla. You're right, Missile, and there's a certain guy I have to follow too. Hooray! We have Missile back. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanela, the man in red left, and now a new story is about to unfold in a new present. How are you feeling, you old crazy character? Hey there, Prof. We're both alive, I see. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I've got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. Yeah, right, like I'm going to believe that. So what, the guy in red is gone, eh? Just in case, I posted special investigation units all around the building. Let's just pray the boys came through for us. Yeah, you had some broken bones. Damn it, you picked a bad time to not to listen to me, body of mine. Well, it looks like both of their deaths were erased. Unfortunately, in the case of the Inspector in white, I can't call it a complete success. But in any case, these two have information I need to start tracking the manipulator. I better talk to them. If I knew things were going to end up like this, I would have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. I might be able to erase deaths, but it's true I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yes, sorry, I suppose you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there within my grasp. All of our plans were resting on tonight. And then this had to happen. I guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any question you like, Mr. Ghost. No more dancing, so... Revenge. That guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago. He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage, and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame. But what about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jowd, who forced me into a corner, Lynn, the girl who was playing in the park, and finally you, Inspector Cabanela. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. Yes, 10 years ago, on that day, the Special Investigation Unit was working a certain big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigation. And then I did it. I made 2 very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it. Fine, you're under no obligation to talk, of course, but if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living hell. But I'd just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet, but I wanted to impress them. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking his statement, But I was too green. I pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. And then I made another mistake on top of that. Cabanela, got a minute? The chief wants to see you about your report. Got it. I'll be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. My gun. How could you? He used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have had a gun to point at Lynn in the first place. We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purpose, this country keeps tabs on the communication networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard about him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time. And in order to prove these powers of his, he gave them 2 predictions. He foresaw 2 completely preposterous, impossible cases. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast, and the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Those two inmates at the special prison, eh? We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation. And then finally we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and staked it out. That restaurant, the Chicken Kitchen. Chicken Kitchen. For a second I was like, did I say that right? Did I say Kickin' Chicken? Because that's the restaurant in Charleston Stephen likes. Jimkin. The manipulator plans on leaving the country tonight. On a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. Submarine? But we haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think that what would happen if his powers were to fall into their hands. Right, highly unlikely they'd use him for peaceful purposes. And now they have that little girl as a hostage. Camilla. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. The spotless record of yours. Is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. Than your life, eh? After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel as head of the Special Investigation Unit. And because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulation case. The manipulator case? That's why you cared so much about your That's why you cared about your record so much. Whenever it does 3 lines, by the way, that's right where the soundbar is, so I lose like half of that text visually, so sometimes I have to look over here. Of course, why else, baby? I just never could believe it, man. Jowd shooting Alma? I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story, some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder, everything in my power, and then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years, though. The manipulator. He's going to prove that Jowd is innocent. What incredible determination. There's one thing I just don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Jowd, why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself asked to be executed, you know. As a man of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister, too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could, baby. So that's it, eh? But there's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. What's a little misunderstanding? My baby will come around, give it time. But there are more important things to do with our time tonight. Okay. What about you? Mr. Superintendent, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police. The police, huh? Not as a detective, but a medical examiner. I investigated victims' cause of death. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse. Hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead, but I never filed an autopsy report. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. I bet that's what I've been chasing all night. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your true identity, too. That's the only way I can describe it, too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead all right, no question about that, but there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. I was completely bewildered, but when I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy. You couldn't? What do you mean? The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went, and no scarring or blood either. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery. That's because the corpse up and vanished on us. The morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen that body. But there's one way the corpse could have disappeared. What's that? It got up and it danced away. It got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? Chess said, just walk out. You can just leave. No one can stop you. Even though it's well guarded and there's a corpse walking around, the guards won't stop that. But if someone comes in to get a corpse, they'll stop them. He was dead, but he wasn't dead. We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. He didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on that stove. You can just leave the morgue. The corpse left behind some data from some testing I did. I got some readings from some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation? I used all kind of instruments and I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Wait a minute, could it be? That's right, it was coming from that meteorite fragment. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell, and just as I expected, I detected radiation coming from that crater. It was the exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse. At the time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die only to come back to life. I wanted to research it all in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case, thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. Do you want to see me blush? It was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came in dancing into my research lab here. I heard there was an oddball here who was researching Tempsic. Is that you, baby? Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? I was investigating the manipulator case then, and then I heard there was a man who quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was like a meteorite had struck me on the head. At the time, we were just starting to get leads on the manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet, but we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. Oh god. Oh god, no. Don't do whatever you're trying to do there too, Switch 2. One of those communications we heard the manipulator say this. The source of my power is not of this world. Game chat trick. I almost dropped the controller and hit something. That's when I put 2 and 2 together, baby. The manipulator case and the Tempsic case were somehow connected, which also explained how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mother. He added that gun to the contraption, most likely by controlling Camilla. You hit the fancy new C button. Oh, that's what that does? So that contraption in the basement here, you built that to try and help Detective Jowd? That's right. Jowd and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device, but there was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce no matter how hard I tried. Camilla told Jowd it did something it shouldn't have, made an impossible move. I added that part to the device I recreated, put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. So that must mean somebody manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we've proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually exists. Inspector Cabanela. Hey, baby. Sorry about the phone call. I must have sounded like a real villain. I hated to spoil your image of me, of that cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image she had of him? Inspector Cabanela, I'm sorry, I just heard. You were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jowd. This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved. So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it? Like I always say, if somebody's in the way, throw 'em in the slammer. Yikes. Tonight, I really thought we finally had him, but my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. But a joke is a joke, you might as well laugh. Jowd. The minister called off the execution order. And while he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow morning too. That's a pretty extreme while he was at it. Spots just flipped. Sorry it took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again, you've always been like that. You make everybody else run around and then you swoop in at the last second. "5 years ago, you left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. I promised to give it back to you one day." I've been waiting so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come. Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Okay, I'm off then. Good luck, my old friend. This present you gave me, it's just what I needed, thank you. Glad you like it. Sissel, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me? Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is, and the phone line doesn't work. They use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow, you'll see. Could you wait here until we do, please? Okay, fine, I'm counting on you. This true self you're looking for, I bet you'll find it soon. Alright, I'm leaving Inspector Cabanela. It's almost dawn. I'm not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now I don't feel so alone. There's at least 2 of me. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. That's a great spot. Oh. Let's switch back to this for now. Yeah, they get longer at the end. The next part is long. That's good to know. Between sugar, because I didn't get to the salt today on stream, and then this today. Whew. So I did a 50-mile bike ride yesterday, and if you missed the story earlier, I was 25 miles in yesterday, and I stopped at a light, and I was ride lead for the group of like 8 of us, and then my bike started making a long, loud, squealy noise. So we stopped, and 2 of my friends on the ride are competent mechanics for bikes. One was a mechanic, and the other does work on all of his bikes, and he has like 5 or 6. I don't know how many, a lot. And so I scooped up my bike by the saddle, like the seat, and put it on my arm. And then they took apart the bike and tried to figure out what happened. And the spring that holds my brake pads, because I have disc brakes, broke, and the pads were all worn out. So another one of my friends called some bike shops, because we were not in Raleigh, and we don't know the bike shops in that town. And they were like, oh yeah, we're open for another hour. We might have what you need. So the guys put the brakes back together, and they were like, just don't use the back brake. Your front one, also not great, but like, be careful. And then we biked like a mile to the bike shop, and they were in there, and they were like, all right, we need to get this and this and this. And then I paid for it, and then they like flipped my bike upside down, and they were like fixing the brakes. It was nice. They fixed it for me. And then I found an Instagram post that was like, today is National Thank Your Friends Who Fix Your Bike For You Day. So I sent that to them, and I was like, thank you. Thank you for fixing my bike. I don't know what I'm doing. I was always told to avoid front brakes when I was younger. Well, if you only use front brake and you stop quickly, your momentum will carry you over it. So, like, you don't want to only use front if it's a quick stop. But I have new brakes, so I was taught that with the new brakes I have, which are semi-metallic. I learned this yesterday too, so I like to learn. If you use them like a lot and hold the brakes on it, it'll get like a film on it or something, and it won't work as good. So you don't want to do like a lot of long stops where you're riding the brakes for a long time on new brakes. I learned that yesterday. I also learned that my brakes are hydraulic, and now the system needs bled, which might be happening Tuesday. I don't know. I'm learning so much about bikes. But after we had the bike fixed, we're like, we all should just eat something. So we stopped and got burgers in town. And I had my cleats on my shoes, my clipless shoes. And I had the cleat covers on them, which are rubber or like soft plastic or whatever they are, so I don't slip as much. But I still fell. My feet just went woof. And I just fell down. I was able to grab something, so I didn't fall hard. So it was very funny to me, like, after I got up. I was like, oh, that was funny. But it was just, like, the perfect ending for that part of the trip. And then we started to bike back, and it started to pour, and then it got cold, and then it got dark. And not everyone did the full 50 miles with us. Only 4 of us did the full 50 miles. And then everyone's headlights started dying, or they forgot to bring their headlights and it was dark out. So when we got to where I started the ride, I gave my headlight to someone else. And I was like, take this, I'll get it back later. Because you guys have nothing. It was an adventure ride. I had a blast. Even though I got home and I was freezing and full of mud and wet. But I had so much fun, even though we didn't quite do the full ride we wanted to do because of my bike. But it happens. Sometimes someone gets a flat. Sometimes someone's brakes explode. There was a ride I was on where someone's, like, the whole crank that the pedal sticks in, the whole crank fell off. And so he had 1 foot, like, fine on the pedal, but the other one was, like, on the ground. So it's good to ride with people. It's also good to learn about your bike so you can fix it yourself. And I'm learning things, and that's fun and exciting to me. Sorry there's no music on the save screen, but I have it here so I don't forget I saved. Alright, it's Monday night, so join us in the morning for breakfast stream. And before Chaz being like, you don't have to worry about this with running. True, but there are other things to worry about with running. Wednesday I think is still Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's not out anymore. Did he finish it? I'll do roll. Did he finish it? We still have Bonanza to do. Okay, so Bonanza's not done yet. Finishing this week? Okay, so tune in tomorrow or Wednesday for Bonanza. Thursday will be breakfast stream. Friday morning I'm painting again and I'm super excited. Actually, that mud flap is for one of the guys who fixed my bike yesterday. So I need to finish that and give it to him. And then Friday night he's doing some sort of mystery game. I don't know if he's actually decided yet. So Friday's a mystery, but there will be something. Chet says he's convinced he'll finish it. Some of us aren't so sure. So there'll be something on Friday. A mystery to everyone, including him. I mean, maybe he's decided by now. Alright. Are any of my friends streaming? Twitch. I don't see anyone. Did someone say Masay was streaming? Raid your laundry. You know you haven't folded it yet. True. I do need to do laundry. Oh. Yeah, we can raid Firelord Brook. Let's do that. Alright, I have it pulled up. What is this? Oh, Smash Ultimate. I have not played Smash Brothers in a hot minute. Renee says, as I look at my laundry right beside me. Fold it while you raid Brooke. And, I don't have a raid message, but let's just say, Doggo be goodo. Okay, let's go with that, Swift. Alright, everyone. Go tell Brooke that. Doggo be goodo. And I hope you all have a good Monday night, and I will see you in the morning for breakfast stream. We love Missile. Mouse, where'd you go? There you are. Well, you're welcome. It's been a while. All right, I need to go eat something. Maybe some pie. and then I'm going to go to bed because I am tired. All right, everyone, have a good Monday night, and I will see you in the morning.